Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Nerd Rant. I'm Dr. Zombrain, also known as Seth, with my co-host. Take it away.
JJK Junior Wool.
Alright, so JJ, I'm gonna warn you right now, that probably went through, picked up on my side.
Oh, lovely. Okay, you guys will probably hear double of that.
So, hold up. Wrong switch. There we go, I got the right switch. I have two switches on my headset.
What did you switch?
No, because it has because it's a built-in for PlayStation. It has a setting for game chat and voice chat, so that way I can hear more of it. And I kept hitting that instead of just the general audio.
Oh, lovely. But you turned me down, right? It shouldn't pick me.
Yes.
Okay.
Should be
good. Because I don't want to deal with that in editing, Seth. That's a nightmare.
But it's fun.
No.
It's not.
No.
Anyway, JJ, how was your week?
My week, dude, I'm so tired.
Yeah.
I can't even tell you, I am so tired, and there's really no reason for it. Like, it's been an alright week. It's just work. I'm just tired. Summer is crazy. Let me tell you, working food service in the summer gets absolutely wild. Because we did a promo yesterday, right, where we gave out, like, these Chick-fil-A Christmas ornaments in the drive-thru.
Oh, no.
Nobody came. Nobody. And this is, like, a free, like, I think we sold it for, like, $10 last year during Christmas. And we're giving out for free. All you had to do was come during breakfast, and you got one. And nobody came. And then today, literally in the morning, for no reason, because this never ever happens on a Saturday, we were lined up to the door. For no reason, our dining room was full, and we were unprepared because we did not have plans for this many people in the morning because it never happens. So it was chaotic.
That sounds rough. Work was questionable because I came in the one day and the key to our back stock room wasn't going in the door. Apparently, we had the wrong key.
To your own door?
So I have no idea what could have happened to switch the key out, because it worked the day before. It just, between the day before and the day I came in, we somehow got our keys swapped.
Lovely.
I have no idea what happened. We had to call asset protection and send them an email, 3 different managers, because we're are we idiots? It's their keys work fine, our key just doesn't even go in the door. It doesn't get stuck, it just doesn't go in.
That's swell.
I have no idea what happened.
Lovely.
One other thing, JJ, I have some other news, because I was going to wait a few more weeks, but because I'm gone. By the way, guys, I'm going to be going back to camp next week. Forgot to tell you that. It's okay.
Yeah. Camp time.
So I was waiting to tell you, but then I realized I'm going to be gone during this time, is something's coming up for me on August 10th.
Yeah.
What do you think it is?
The date your guinea
Anniversary.
pig that you had when you were 2 died.
No? Question.
No? Well, what about Billy? You don't remember Billy? That poor old guinea pig tried his hardest and he died and you don't even remember him?
Do you want to hear something messed up? My nephew actually killed a guinea pig with his bare hands.
Bruh.
He pulled up a mice and men. He just picked it up and was a little too strong.
That's gruesome.
So no, I wanted to tell you because, with me and how I look at things, I wanted to wait before I gave you the news. It's my 6-month anniversary of having a girlfriend. I haven't told JJ yet, or you guys. I have a girlfriend.
Craziness.
Yeah. That's it.
Cool.
The reason I say that is because I bought her a promise ring, and then she's like, you should tell JJ. I'm like, okay. I was waiting until 6 months. Because it makes it more real.
I could see it.
Doesn't feel real.
I don't think any of us expected you to get her a girlfriend. Anyways, let's talk about video
No, I
games.
didn't. Guys, so the reason I was saying that is because this is the perfect episode for that, because this is a random episode of about 50 things thrown together, because it keeps happening. Just everything happens in a week or two.
Yep.
So we have a whole bunch of games to go through. We have console updates, announcements, changes, events. stuff?
Yerp.
Where are we going? What are we starting with?
We are starting with Hytale. Let's do that.
Okay, so I actually don't know what's happening. So tell me what's happening with Hytale. I know you said it.
So, yeah, we discussed this a little bit ago. Basically, if you missed that, Simon, the old CEO of Hypixel Studios, he wants to buy back the IP from Riot after they canceled the game. Riot is back from their vacation, so we believe he's in talks with them. He has not openly admitted it, probably for legal reasons, but he is still saying more to people on Twitter, and he has tweeted alluding to the fact that he thinks he's locked it in, because he's been posting a couple things basically throughout his span of tweeting at people. He has said that he wanted to just make the game and put it out and fix it later, so that, you know, people can see proof that, you know, this game is real, this game is playable, we just have to work on it for longer instead of, you know, taking another 7 years to finish it. And so he randomly tweeted, like, yesterday or today or something, that exact thing, but he made a diagram for it. Just make it first and then make it good later. Kind of like a picture. And he put believe as a GIF underneath that photo. And on June 29th, he tweeted no risk, no story. And just like 2 days ago, he put a cool face emoji underneath it. So these people are saying these things probably mean he's gotten progress on it. He's been saying that he's going to be extremely open if and when he does start work on this. He's going to keep tweeting like he is now with people, just like answering as many questions as possible. Even like, you know, if a coder is like asking him, hey, did you try this? He's going to be like, no, let's try it, and like have people work with him from online just to try and get the game working.
Nice. I think we got to be careful, though, because this will be, like, the third time that we've had, like, a really open and it gets our hopes up, and then the game shuts down. Yeah. So, not saying it's bad, but, like, we seriously put our trust in people that are, like, open, because we appreciate the communication, and then they're a little too open.
Yeah.
We need that sweet spot. We don't want like a whole bunch of secrets. We don't want them just completely ghosting us, but we don't need them telling us every little thing, because then it's like, oh, let's do this, and then they can't do that because it's unrealistic, even though they're like, that is a great idea.
Yeah. Anyways, the bigger half of this that I wanted to mention is that the creator of Vintage Story actually has been recruiting a lot of the old devs from Hytale, like joining them, adding them to the team, and they're going to help him actually create some new game modes for Vintage Story. So he wants to create like a more like fantasy kind of RPG-esque game mode, still in the spirit of Vintage Story, but different enough that it almost aligns more with what Hytale was going to be. Like he'd mentioned wanting to add different species like goblins and elves and, you know, stuff like that to the game, but he didn't think it would fit with how Vintage Story is now, so he wanted to make a completely separate game mode for it. And he had mentioned making a couple other different game modes as well. He basically said he didn't want to make what Hytale was, but he liked the ideas and fundamentals that Hytale had, and he wants to be able to make his own version of that within the world that he has created. And so he's taking in a bunch of these devs that he worked with, because remember, he worked on Hytale, and he wants to, you know, have them help him create this new version, this kind of like, I don't know what to call it, this Hytale, like, grandchild, if you will.
Okay. I think the biggest thing that gives me hope about that is it's the idea that you literally just mentioned. It is the fact that it's already out there. So if they make a Hytale version of it, Vintage Story is already out in our hands. Even if it's not a complete game, it is in our hands. So the fact that if we get a mode like that, it will be in our hands, and we can actually look at it and experience it and give feedback on it without them developing it for 10 years and be like, actually, you guys don't get to see it.
Exactly.
Which is the biggest problem with Hytale, realistically. Like, they've gotten to a point where they could have done playtests. Yeah. Anything else?
I think that's about it.
Well, let's shoot over to Minecraft, where this all started then, because Minecraft has some updates too. First of all, remember RLcraft?
Yeah.
Apparently it's on Bedrock now.
Oh, fun.
That's cool. That's not the big update. We actually have a proper update. So we talked about the copper golems and stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there's a new update, and it's not one that we were expecting. We got shelves.
Oh?
Now, that sounds cool, right? It gets better.
Uh-huh.
So the shelves, you can actually put 3 stacks in. So you can either do 3 tools, or you can do 3 stacks of items. And you can actually combine it with redstone, and you can swap out your entire inventory. So if you want to go fight the Wither, you can swap out your inventory, your hotbar, to fight the Wither.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this isn't even the biggest part, JJ, because do you know what they look like?
Mm-hmm.
They're not the shelves you're thinking of in horizontal. They're vertical. So people aren't using them as shelves.
Uh-huh.
We have vertical slabs. It's in all wood types.
That's awesome.
We got vertical slabs. Actually. I don't think anyone
Nice.
cares about the shelving thing. Even though it's cool, you can do redstone, you can click on it and swap out 3 items. It's the vertical slabs.
Mm.
Just out of nowhere.
Lovely.
Sounds the big thing. It's just, it's just nice that we're getting these small things. I'm still waiting on a big update, though. I want the end update. Inventory.
Yeah, those are kind of important.
Yeah, but we're never going to get it.
I mean, we might.
I don't know. Or Dungeons 2.0. I'd be okay compromising for Dungeons 2.
Okay, seriously though, Dungeons, I feel like they need to make a sequel, or they're kind of screwed.
Please.
I'm gonna go on a little bit of a tangent here, but I watched a video essay over the last week or two about Dungeons and kind of how Legends failed. Dungeons actually, I don't know if you even knew this, Dungeons was not supposed to actually have as many updates as it did.
Yeah, it was supposed to be a very temporary, here's just the game. And
they
then
were supposed to get
blew
all
up.
the DLC out and then be done. But it actually, the whole seasons thing that they added and the tower and all of that wasn't supposed to exist. But because people were still playing and asking for more, the team was allowed to continue it for another 2 years. It was 2 more years worth of updates than they planned for.
Nice.
That was crazy. And especially in those last few updates, they added features that people were asking for. And now, the game is so easily playable right now. It is. There's nothing that I think I would add to it to make it better. Obviously, everybody's going to have their preferences and changes that they would make. But, as a game, there's nothing that needs to change. It is a fantastic game. It is insanely enjoyable. Whereas Legends, it doesn't feel like they listen to people. They chose a genre that nobody was interested in. And when it came to story, they basically told us, I don't know, it could have happened. It could have not happened. Who knows? Instead of it being a case of Dungeons where it was okay, this story is real. It just didn't necessarily happen within Minecraft's universe,
Yeah.
So, I don't know. They definitely, I feel like they fumbled the bag a little bit with Legends, but Dungeons, if they, bring that same team back, bring the people who wrote those ideas
let
back,
them
have
do
them,
it.
either
and
have
free
them make a
reign.
sequel or have them make another game that's, 1, a genre that we actually are interested in playing, and 2, just kind of let them do their thing. Clearly they know what they're doing, as opposed to the Legends team that I don't even know. Who did they put on that team? A bunch of 90s gamers?
Dang. So I feel like another thing they could do with the dungeons, if we want more content, is we have all the biomes. Give us the birch biome. We can get the pale garden, the cherry garden. We can have more dimensions or levels based on the new biomes we've had since the game came out. Because the Nether has all those unique biomes, and I really hope we get an end update like Dungeons. Because the Dungeons end is amazing. I'm just looking through. Yeah, there could be so much more that we can get. I would love for that. Anything else? That was the big thing. Vertical slabs out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And then I was just scrolling through YouTube today and I saw RL Craft, which is cool. Yeah.
I think that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Cool.
What else do we got?
Well, do we want to hit Splitgate or hear some other things?
I'm looking through. Do you want to talk about Fortnite real quick? Get that out of the way.
Sure.
Fortnite. It's doing Fortnitey things. We had an event today. We had the OG rocket from Chapter 1, Season 4 launched off. I was able to play it live. JJ, people ticked me off really badly. Because I had an OG paradigm with, like, the Reality Warrior style, and they're doing Orange Justice. And remember, they had an update where you can dance with anyone. So, like, we had, like, 15 people just dancing with Orange Justice. It was a vibe. And then people just kept sliding into us, which launched us back. And then we had a group of, like, 20, 30 of us, and somebody threw an impulse and launched us all off the cliff. Now, luckily, you can't die, so we weren't taking fall damage. We were, like, people were using bounce pads to, like, get back up for the rift. But I was like, bro... Screw you.
Yeah.
But then, yeah, we had the event. How about you start off first? Because JJ just watched it real quick.
Yeah, so just quick reminder for anyone who doesn't know this. If you don't, I don't know what you're doing here. Go back and listen to our older episodes, you absolute weeb. I did not play Chapter 1, so I did not experience this event. I have watched clips of it. But I did not experience it myself. So this, well, I guess I didn't experience this one either, but I watched the video of this one. This one was, I don't know, it's hard because they made it very close to the original. Obviously, that was the goal. It's an OG event, right? It's supposed to be very close to the original. I think this one was cooler just because of the graphical updates. Like, even this very simple stuff, like the rifts just looked better. But I'm going to say what I said before the podcast, too. It's underwhelming as an event, right? And I feel like part of it is because they probably, for something like this, it was really cool for it to just randomly happen in a match. It was really cool to just be playing and see, oh my gosh, the rocket that I've been playing around just blasted off and is flying through the sky. That's kind of awesome.
Well, it wasn't fully random. Because it wasn't quite the countdown that we had in lobby, but they did have stuff like, they had warnings on the TVs and stuff like that. Like, they had some stuff hinting that an event was going to happen, and there was stuff around the map hinting at a possible date. But we had no idea that what it was going to happen. We just thought, oh, we're just going to get an update today. We weren't expecting a full event. But they definitely had stuff hinting at it, but it wasn't this massive countdown that we had in lobby everywhere.
But now that we know exactly what was going to happen and we had such a build up for it that everybody could be there waiting, it made it less exciting because we already knew what was going to happen, for one. And for two, this is not an impressive event. The element of surprise was the thing that made it really cool and how it tied into the story, the discovery. That's what
created
made this
the story,
cool.
realistically.
So, yeah. And just being there and just watching it happen again without the element of surprise, without the story that we have so loved for a while. It's just, I don't know, it was a lot more underwhelming this way. So cool to see and cool to reminisce upon, but not a very impressive event.
It was like we both said, it was very much of the times. Like, it was the first to have a proper live event. It, like, in the middle of the game, like, you could die. Like, there's a lot of nostalgia behind it as well. Like, the guy that got, 70 kills chopping down the tower. Like, it was very much of the time. And now, especially compared to other events we've had, from the concerts to the end event, even in that same chapter, like, these are massive events that just did so much more. So this just isn't there. It's cool to go back, though. Like you said, it was great to actually, see the visual changes of everything. I don't know why it's red. I don't know why they changed it to red. I think they're trying to link it to Chapter 6, which I'm not a huge fan of. It should just be OG and just let OG do its event things. And
it's like they're trying to retcon Mustard's story and tie it all into this stupid mask nonsense.
And so that's something. I also don't think we had correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think we had the butterfly at the beginning of the event in the original. Because I remember the butterfly when we had, the cube and, explosion and stuff. That was so big because of the butterfly. I don't remember it here.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's kind of confusing. It's all over the place. But it was cool to have.
Definitely.
I've also just been grinding, doing the challenges. How you feeling with the end of the season? We'll just talk about it here because the next season next time we talk about Fortnite will probably be in the new season when I get back.
Yeah. I don't know.
For OG and BR and Lego.
This hasn't been my favorite season. It's obviously superheroes are a popular thing in general, so people get excited about it. But I feel like when it's, Walmart brand superheroes that are, made up by Epic Games, it's less cool. So Superman is nice. Like, I'm not a huge Superman fan, but having him in the game is cool.
I also like Robin.
Robin, also pretty cool. But for a superhero season, it's kind of underwhelming. I get that we already have a lot in the game, but there is more they could have added. And I don't know, it feels like the way that they did the superpowers wasn't very good in this season.
The other problem is, did we not just have Doom?
Yeah.
Like we just, I know that was a Marvel, but we just had a superhero season. Like, I'm really anticipating maybe we get some really OG themes, or we get some new themes here coming in Chapter 7, which is confirmed, by the way. We're not going to Chapter, 23 or something like that, like they said in the competitive blog post, like they said the words Chapter 7. I hope we get something original or something, because it's like, how many times have we had superheroes and spy/heist?
Mm-hmm.
I love those seasons. I love Last Resort, the original Marvel, like all the crazy mythics and stuff, but I'm just done with it. I don't know about you. I'm just done with it.
Yeah.
I was so excited for Chapter 6 when we started with that Japanese theme, especially when we had Ado, which I'm going to her concert this week, which I'm super excited about. And then we got Star Wars and robbing people, and now what superheroes? Like, what?
Yeah, I'm really not enjoying how they've been handling the chapters. Like, I was on board with it being a chapter a year. It made sense.
Mm-hmm.
It allowed them to tell, more condensed stories that felt more connected, but they're not using it for that purpose. They're being just as disconnected as they were before, and they're removing the cool story element from it. So now it's just really disconnected, non-story seasons that just aren't well made.
That was the other thing I wanted to say. When I was going back, because I've been mostly grinding OG, just doing the challenges in there, because I've been having more fun in there, I miss the map. Like, when we had a map that lasted 2 years, we had these small changes, like dusty, slowly growing trees, dusty diners being built around it, like all these buildings that are slowly being built over time throughout an entire season. And then we live with that. Like, we actually experience it. Whereas now we can't have that, because even if something's built over a season, it might be exploded or something happens the next season. Like, we don't really get to live with those events that we're living through.
And part of that comes with the fact that it's because
it's a year.
They've changed the teams.
Oh,
like, there's a different team for every season, and I'm guessing those are also divvied up into chapters. So they have different teams for different chapters. And I feel like that makes it so hard to connect things, because these teams don't communicate with each other, right? We saw that with Klombo even a while back. I think that's around when it started, is we have these cool features come out, or these cool POIs or map updates and stuff. And then the next season comes along, they just disappear. They're gone.
Don't tell me about Klombo, weather, so much stuff just gone.
The augments, everybody loved augments.
Fallen trees, augments, snowballs.
Imagine if all of these features were still in Fortnite. It would be a absolute blast. But they
imagine medallions, augments, and boons with the dynamic island with fire and weather and Klombo and other types of animals. Other types of animals, because we used to have crows
and
raptors,
wolves and chickens,
wolves and boars.
But they removed all of these because the teams
sharks
don't communicate, so they can't balance each other's seasons with the additions that the other teams are making. It's just flawed. If I get having to be ahead a little bit, having the next season ready while this season's in progress, sure, by all means do that. But have your teams communicate so that we can carry these features over, because otherwise you're going to get people excited and then remove the thing that they're excited about, which disappoints them, and then all they're going to expect from you is more disappointment.
It's like Call of Duty. Like, we have a different team that does every year's Call of Duty, and then there's certain features that everyone loves, but they're already 2 Call of Duties ahead, and the changes that we really want aren't going to be incorporated.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, let's move on, because now I'm getting sad thinking about all these things and just what Fortnite used to be. Like I said, the next Fortnite one will be probably with Chapter 1, Season 5, and Chapter 6, whatever it is. Season 4, mini Season 2, I don't know. We have no idea what it is actually right now. There's been 0 teasers, and it starts in a week.
Yep.
Now what?
I don't know, Splitgate?
Sure. Oh, yeah, I do want to mention, too. So, like I said, a lot of people were playing Fortnite. I also want to mention Blitz Royale is already below 100,000. That's not bad, but it's definitely taking the hit now that it's been announced for permanent. I feel like when it's limited, more people enjoy it, but now that it's permanent, it's just going to be there.
Yeah.
But, yep, that's it.
Anyway, Splitgate, everybody. So
Splitgate 2.
One, yeah, Splitgate 2. Well, 2 and 1.
Yes.
So, okay, so for anyone who doesn't know, Splitgate 2, it launched a little bit ago. It's been like, what, 2 months, 3 months?
Like a month and a half.
Month and a half? Wow.
It was like June. It was like right before I left.
Well, it launched a little bit ago, and people were enjoying it. People were excited. And then, for some reason, its player count dropped off the face of the earth. Like, they
Which is really
were
sad.
not getting players. I even, the other day when I tried to play, I logged on and I wanted to play the gun game mode. So I queued up for gun game. Seth, how long do you think it took me to find a match of gun
7
game?
minutes.
No, longer.
22 and a half.
That's actually exactly right. 22 minutes and 43 seconds is how
Okay.
long it took me to find a match of gun game. And I am on cross-platform, so it was matchmaking me with everybody, right? Like, that is crazy long for the featured mode. A single matchmaking for the featured mode. That is insanely long. So they must have very few people playing it.
I mean, Steam was what, down 90%, 80% or something?
Yeah, so if we're assuming that for other platforms too, there can't be more than maybe a few thousand people playing.
But
if
we also
that.
have BR in there, right? And like BR is a main mode that, like, yes, I definitely think it's oversaturated, but it's still a lot of people are playing Battle Royale, Fortnite, Warzone, whatever. So if we take that 2,000 that are on it, 1,000 of that's probably in the Battle Royale. So that means there's only 1,000 people that are then playing all of the arena modes put together. Which ain't a lot.
Yeah. But
Black Ops 2 has 1,000.
they saw this, right? They saw this, and people were saying that, you know, the game isn't ready yet. Like, they came out of beta, but there's still a lot that needs to be added to make it a full game.
Or it's just not working, not even added, like just reworked. A
Mm-hmm.
big thing that's been happening was the progression with the challenges. Actually, I don't know if you saw, JJ. You should log in. They auto-completed week 1 through 7.
Oh, wow.
So I actually just claimed the entire, not just now, the other day when that happened, I completed the entire second battle pass and half of the first. Like, just auto-completed all of it because it just wasn't tracking.
Yeah.
So they're going to rework on that, like, and remake a lot of things. It wasn't finished. So what are they going to do?
They're gonna rework it.
How? An update?
By bringing it back to beta.
Which is new. Very new.
I don't think this has ever been done before. I'm just going to say that. If there is, please leave it in the comments below, because I don't think I've ever heard of this happening, ever.
No.
But they're bringing Splitgate 2 into beta again. After release, after being out for over a month, they're back in beta, and they released a statement about it. They said, and they opened with this, we believe in Splitgate 2. They're not shutting anything down. They're not canceling anything about this game. They're saying, we believe in this, we want to make this right. And they say, we've heard your feedback and we agree with you. We launched too early. They have a lot of goals that they want to meet, and they just haven't met them yet. And they thought that, you know what, they could roll them out over time, but people aren't liking that.
Not Apex, X-Defiant. Like, we literally saw that with X-Defiant. Was not good enough.
And so they're saying, we are going to finish those, and then we are going to re-release. But yeah, they're going to be heads down until early next year. They're rebuilding, reworking, and recapturing, you know, the feel of Splitgate, and they want to re-release it later in 2026. So we're gonna see how that goes. They said they're going to be putting out playtests and surveys and more, you know, like
looking for
community feedback. Yeah, absolutely. They want to get it right. They want to give a the players a game that they want rather than something that they think would be good, because they've made some choices that the community did not like, and that has bitten them in the butt. So they want to give the people something that they want and still, have their baby of a game be something that they can be proud of. So that's what they're going to do. They're going to put it back in beta. They're going to rework things, and they're going to listen.
I think it's going to be very interesting to see, because I've seen a lot of people giving them props for this, because a lot of studios will do a sunset. They're just forget about it. They're shut down the servers. The game will still be up. They're taking action. They're like, hey, like, also financially, we're also going to be struggling because, like, they're not making as much money. And so there will be layoffs, but they've already stated, like, they're going to look at rehiring when they come back to that full release. It's not in beta yet. The season will still finish out, season 1 with chapter 3, which will be, I don't know if it's out yet or whatever is happening. So there will be some updates coming here soon, but I'm very interested to see what the beta looks like, because they said the game will still be live until launch. Like, they're not going to shut down Splitgate 2.
Mm-hmm.
Keyword 2.
Yes, so that brings us to the other thing. Because of the fact that their player count dropped, they were not making as much money, right? And they had to come up with some solutions to that. So unfortunately, the first one of that was they had to cut staff. They had to lay off a good big number of their employees, and people were not happy about this. They were nice about it. Like, they didn't just cut them off completely.
Yeah,
they gave them severance package and job placement
jobs.
support.
Yep.
And they said that they are happy to welcome them back whenever, Splitgate 2 is back on its feet. Like, if these people want back in, they have a job there absolutely immediately.
Which is great.
It's unfortunate that these people lost their jobs, but they're being good about it,
Yeah.
And then the other thing that they had to do in order to, retain as many members as possible was to shut down Splitgate 1.
Yes. They said it's cost them thousands of dollars. And again, this is a indie game, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, like, thousands of dollars for, like, the old not even the current game, the old game. I talked about that and how that's why I'm more excited about Splitgate 2. But it's also, like, if it's not making money, it's not making money. They can't keep that up indefinitely. They don't have an extra $100,000 in their back pocket to keep this up for a decade.
And because of the motion going on right now, what is it? That don't kill games or something like that?
Yeah, whatever it is.
They did say that they're exploring the possibility of, making it an offline game that you can do
like that.
Yeah, like local matches, whether it be split screen or whether it be LAN, whatever. Just make it so that you can still go back and play it if you'd like to.
Or the parkour side. They had that, like, parkour free run thing. That is exactly the type of game, though, that we need to keep. Even if you can't play the multiplayer, you can still hop on and play those things. But you don't need multiplayer access to even play in the first place.
Yeah. So they're exploring the possibilities of how to, keep it in existence without completely wiping it off the face of the earth, which is nice. And then they said when Splitgate 2 is once again back on its feet, they want to give an OG-esque mode in Splitgate 2 so that the people who liked Splitgate 1 can still experience that game instead of the second one. Just it has to be through the new servers rather than the old.
Which is great. Like, the way they're doing this is great, and it does give me hope, right? And the other big thing, again, because it's indie, we're not worrying about some, like, numbers that they're trying to reach. Like, they have to reach numbers to make profit, but they're not reaching numbers to keep the project alive. The project is alive as they want it to be.
Yeah.
They don't have this parent company, like, hovering over them. So I'm very excited to see where this goes. And the game's not dead. It's not doing great, but it's not dead. Yeah. I think the biggest thing that I'm excited to see is this revival. Like, will we have a revival? I can't remember a game like this that has died so hard to where they had to go back to beta. Obviously, that's never happened. But even, like, that it went that bad to then come back fully.
Yeah. This could be an awesome comeback story, but they do have some serious changes that they need to make in order to make that happen. Like, yes. I don't know a lot of people's reasons for stopping playing, but I know for me, at least, it really wasn't possible to play against the people that were playing, right? As the person who doesn't play a lot of FPSs, it was borderline impossible to fight these people head on. I had to be using shady tactics with my portals. I had to be, hiding around corners and doing like sneaky stuff because I could not, for the life of me, face these people. It didn't matter how awake I was, how much I practiced that week. It was not possible for me because the people who were playing were just better. Like, there was no way for me as an inexperienced player to be able to fight people at my level. And so that's why I stopped.
There's just like 5 games I'm playing right now that have a battle pass. And there's games that I've already been doing that, right? Like Fortnite. Like, I want to keep my Fortnite track going that I've gotten tier 200. So if I'm going to drop a game, I'm going to drop the game that I don't have as much FOMO about, Splitgate 2.
Yeah.
But I'm interested to see that. We'll definitely like update you guys, and whenever, because we'll probably do another one of these, just a whole bunch of update video episodes. And when we do, when it gets to that beta process and we finish out chapter 3, which I think is out, but not really. Season ends in 32 days. When that happens, we'll come to you back.
Yeah,
to Splitgate 2 and see
what
going
goes down there. Well, yeah, that's Splitgate.
Yep.
So, a couple other cleanup things I guess we can do here before we have to find something to fill the rest of the time. I don't know if you saw this, but PlayStation actually posted job listings saying that they're looking for people to help bring PlayStation games across all platforms. So that means like Epic Games, Steam, Xbox, Nintendo, and even mobile they had mentioned in there. So there's a possibility that all of the big PlayStation games will be coming to all platforms.
Which is exciting.
It is exciting. It is a sign that they have finally let their guard down. Like, the console war is over, and it has been over for a little bit, and Xbox knows that. That's why they're bringing everything across, and I think PlayStation sees how that's going, and they're like, okay, we can do this, so they're bringing their games the other way around.
And the biggest thing that they can do, because they can absolutely keep exclusives for a limited time. When there's a new game like Ghost of Yotei coming out, keep it on PlayStation only. You have to play it on PlayStation for the first 6 months, for the first year, and then bring it out. So if you want to play the game right off the bat, fresh, pre-order, not a private play it. But if you don't care that much, but it's an exciting game like God of War Ragnarok at this point, amazing game, now you can play it on anything else. Play it on mobile, play it on your Xbox, play it on your Fire Stick. Just kidding, this is not cloud.
Yeah, but it's really exciting to see, because that means, we're finally, as gamers, we don't have to go and buy another console to play the games that everybody's talking about, which is so nice in a day and age where consoles are so freaking expensive.
Yep. Still no news on the Xbox handheld price.
Yeah. I mean, they said holiday, so I'm assuming it'll be a little bit more down the line, but we'll see about that.
But anything else there? There was a few things about Xbox I wanted to mention then.
Yeah, why don't you say your things? Because I have a list here from a very handy Twitter account.
Okay, so first thing I'll say real quick is I want to say it's the end of August. We'll have an Xbox showcase. In that Xbox showcase, we'll be seeing gameplay of Black Ops 7. That'll be the official reveal of it. I'm pretty excited about it. The biggest thing that I'm excited about with this is obviously it's a sequel to Black Ops 2, one of the most beloved Call of Duty games. But it's also, if we can get the branching storylines back, that's going to be really exciting. And you mix that with co-op campaign, that's going to be really fun. So that's exciting. Nothing really else about Black Ops 7. I just know that's, it's Xbox now. And the other big thing that I want to talk about was the Outer Worlds. What did you see about that news?
Outer Worlds?
Yes, Outer Worlds 2, to be specific.
About it launching in disc?
No, the price.
No. What was that with the price?
Oh, so you remember what the price was?
No.
$80.
Okay.
About, Xbox said the first party games would be $80, which is a lot. People don't like that. We're not really happy about Nintendo doing it, but at least, if you look at the reviews of Mario Kart World and Donkey Kong Bonanza, they are really good games. They're 90 out of 100 on Metacritic, I think it is. They've done well. But, like, it's always 50-50 on a lot of these other games. And so, like, $80 is a lot. So Xbox has actually made the statement that they are going to be reducing it back to $70 and refunding players that bought it for $80 for pre-order. They will be refunded the $10.
Mm-hmm.
Which is great.
That's nice.
Yeah. That was the big thing. Like, it's just... I don't think people really want Nintendo, but if a studio would do it, and I even saw multiple people saying, I called it, if a game studio would do 80, it'd be Nintendo. I wouldn't see anyone else. So that's really good news, because we do not need all of these. I do not need Ghost of Yotei being base $80. I do not need whatever Xbox is doing, because they have so many other franchises or sequels that they can make. I don't need every single game being $80. $70 is already too much. 80, whew. But yeah, those are the two big things I saw with Xbox.
I got a couple more Xbox things here then. Apparently, Microsoft has discontinued its TV and movies store. So, apparently you can no longer buy TV and movies on Microsoft. I don't know if that's technically the same thing as Xbox. I haven't looked myself, because apparently this happened just in the past few days, so I haven't looked at my Xbox to see if this is, like, a thing that affects me or not, but... They, like, completely discontinued all of the stuff that you've already purchased will stay available. So you still have access to everything you've spent money on. You can still go and watch it. Like, they're not... I guess, in a sense, the service still exists. They're just no longer selling anything. Which is why you've actually seen some kind of crazy sales recently on movies on the Xbox. Because, you know, they are discontinuing the service. So... But, yeah, you have access to everything you already own. You just can no longer buy anything off of that store.
Why do you think that is?
Probably because they aren't making any money. That would be my guess. I mean, think about it. If you were to go and buy a digital movie, where are you going to buy it from?
50 different places. It depends on where it is.
Okay. Say, I mean, do you have a digital library of movies, or is it all physical?
Both. I have some on Apple. I have some on my PlayStation. I have physical movies.
Okay, say
There's
a movie
also
came out that you wanted to buy
services.
tomorrow. What app are you going to go to buy it? Say they're all the same price. Like, where are you going to go?
Probably Apple or PlayStation, just because that's what I have access to. Apple on my phone or iPad, and PlayStation. I have a PlayStation.
I think Apple's a good response, because Apple is one of those cross-platform libraries where it really doesn't matter what you're on. You can access your Apple library. And I would say the same thing for Google Play. Like, it's probably like one of those things where I can access it on my computer, I can access it on my phone, I can access it on the web. You know, it's one of those libraries that works across everything. Whereas this Microsoft one, I'm pretty sure it only works on Xbox and maybe PC. Like, you can probably access it on their app or whatever, but everything else you would not be able to access those movies on, which kind of sucks. So I'm guessing most people were buying, like, if I went to buy a movie, I think I'd probably buy it on Vudu. If not, maybe the Movies Anywhere app. I'd probably use one of those. But those ones are kind of dominating the market right now. And so when it comes to these smaller ones, just Microsoft TV and movies, nobody is really going to buy it there. Especially because stuff like this happens where you buy it and you have no guarantee if that service is going to exist in a little while. So you want to go with the bigger name rather than the smaller one that has the cheaper price.
Because Apple ain't going nowhere. Google ain't going nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
No,
I mean,
not that
you could say the same thing about Microsoft.
Like, but like, what have they done, right? Google obviously isn't going anywhere. Apple makes their own movies on there. Like, there is Apple TV originals. Is there really anything Microsoft's doing with that other than it just having IPs?
Yeah.
Like, are they making their own shows or movies or collaborations? Like, is there any, like, anything like that? I don't know.
The things they're doing with their IPs are licensed through other people. Like the Halo show, that was through Paramount. So
clearly they just didn't really do it well. Because they easily had the money where they probably could have done the Halo show on their own, and that would have probably just easily saved it. But I guess they just really mishandled it.
But you know what? It happened. That's that. Who knows? Maybe this is like making room for them to launch something new instead. We will see. But in the end, I don't think it's the biggest loss. I think it's probably fine.
Yeah. Speaking of which, I was looking. I might actually buy an Apple TV here soon. I have a smart TV, and a lot of people were saying like just general the smart TV OSs aren't great, so like buying anything is better.
Mm-hmm.
So I might buy an Apple one because it's also just really easy to screenplay with my phone or iPad.
How much do those cost?
I can get a 4K for like $130.
How big?
250 gigabytes.
Oh no! Like size.
Oh, I have no idea. Probably like the size. It looks like the size of like a controller. Like it doesn't look that big.
Oh, a TV the size of a controller?
No. Like you, not a whole new TV. Like you plug it in like a Fire Stick. Like I'm gonna plug it into my TV.
Oh, I didn't know they made those.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking like an actual smart TV.
Yeah, no, you plug it in and it changes the smart TV. So the smart TV new OS would be the Apple OS.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't know that
Roku.
existed.
Yeah, it's just like a Fire. That's what a lot of teachers used in school to screenplay. They just had it on their projectors.
That's cool.
Yeah, and it's 4K, so I get 4K, like 200 gigabytes or something for like 140,
I wonder if
150.
Xbox is going to release something like that. This is totally random, and this is a total tangent, but I wonder if like...
That's this whole podcast.
I know. I wonder if Xbox would release something like that had kind of like an Xbox OS, so it'd make it look like your Xbox home screen, and you can, but it's just like a cloud play device. I wonder if that is kind of like the route
That's kind of how the
going on.
Apple is. Like they even have like a little control center, and that's where you turn on power and stuff. That would be really nice, especially for their cloud streaming is such a big thing. Imagine you pair that with an Xbox controller. Like instead of a TV controller, it's a modified Xbox, because the Xbox button there's no thing in the middle, right? Like on the PlayStation, you have the trackpad.
What do you mean?
On the Xbox controller, there's no like
it's
big
just
thing
the
in the middle.
Xbox button and the start and
What if they
menu.
changed it for that and they made it slightly like a TV remote, so it can pair for the TV like media plus it's a controller, right? So you have the joysticks and a D-pad.
I mean, Xbox controllers are already like really easy to use TV remotes. Like you'd be surprised how much I would rather use my controller to navigate my TV than my remote. But
That's also why I want the Apple TV.
Yeah, but I think it could work really well because Xbox already over PlayStation is a much better multimedia system, because obviously PlayStation is made for gamers, whereas Xbox was made for, I'd say made
At
for
home.
families in the sense that you put it as your home console, you watch movies on it. They were the first to have the Blu-ray in there, you know? It's a much better multimedia system. And so I feel like if they were to do something like that, it would not only appeal to, oh, look, parents, you can get this smart TV thing like a Fire Stick, but it's cheaper and it's a gaming device. So the kids can use their controllers with it and cloud stream all these games. And it doesn't cost you $600.
Nope. That could be really interesting.
Yeah. Xbox, take notes.
They're not going to. We already know that. Anyway.
Yeah.
Now what?
I got a couple more things here.
Yep.
Let's see. I think that's all for Xbox. All the interesting stuff anyway. A new PS5 system update has been announced, which lets you pair your DualSense across multiple devices. So you can pair your controllers across multiple devices at a time. So my microphone fell over. Don't shut off, or I swear.
That's unfortunate. So you can connect it to like your PC while you're playing on there, or your PlayStation. You can go back and forth.
Yeah.
That's nice.
This is the other big one that kind of happened. Bandai Namco, you know who they are, right?
Yes.
They, for anyone who doesn't know, they make a lot of the anime games in the industry right now. They and Sony have signed a partnership. Sony acquired 16 million shares of Bandai Namco, and Sony will become a shareholder holding approximately 2.5% of the total issued shares for Bandai Namco. So it's not a huge number, but it's a big number, all things considered. And Bandai Namco is going to work with Sony a lot closer to make games better, and they're probably going to launch a lot of more first-party games on PlayStation. I know a lot of Bandai Namco's games already were launching on PlayStation first and then coming to Xbox later. Like, that's just how it's been. But, you know, I guess they're both, like, Japanese countries.
I was about to say, when it comes to that type of thing where they're
companies.
both already working under the same government when they do their things, it's easier for them to then release it to PlayStation to get it out and approved rather than having to go across foreign policies. and get it approved there.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah, it makes a lot more sense, and I think it's a pretty good call on their part. I'm just hoping it doesn't mean a whole lot in terms of exclusivity, because Bandai Namco made Scarlet Nexus, and I don't want Scarlet Nexus to be a PlayStation exclusive. Anyways,
well, it would be Scarlet Nexus 2 that would be exclusive.
Yeah. Okay, random Nintendo updates. Nintendo Switch 2 has actually surpassed Sony's sales for the fastest selling console in Japan.
Yes.
1.5 million units have been sold in Japan for the Switch 2, which is really high.
It's broken records. It is broken records.
I don't
It's
know
insane.
how, because I've actually been seeing a lot more negative stuff about the console than I have positive. I don't know if that's just my algorithm or not, but that's what I've been seeing. I know it's not a bad console per se, but for what they hyped it up to be, it is definitely not meeting expectations. So I don't know why it sold out so fast or why it sold so well, but it did, I guess. So
first thing on my Twitter feed, I haven't seen a game fall off this hard since Splatoon 3, and it's Mario Kart World. First thing on my feed. I think the biggest thing is, like, is it cheap? No. But, like, I haven't seen really too much positive or negative. I think it's just too early. It's insane that it sold so well with one exclusive, right? Because all those sales were before Donkey Kong. But again, you look at the ratings of those games. Donkey Kong, I've seen great things about it. Donkey Kong Bonanza. And I think it's just the fact that you're able to play Tears of the Kingdom, Breath of the Wild, like, on that Switch 2. You get that increased frame rate. All the Fortnite changes, like games like Fortnite and Minecraft actually run now. And you can play things like Cyberpunk 2077 and everything, and Hogwarts Legacy on the go. I think it's just nice because, yeah, it's just nice. And there's a lot of other things they do. And obviously there's the exclusives, right? We're going to be getting a Pokemon game. We're going to be getting a new Zelda game, etc., etc. It's still insane that it did so well, but I can kind of see it just because the exclusives, and it is a nice product overall. Is it the best? No, but it's not bad. Right, Nintendo, I don't think's necessarily done a bad product. It's just wrong place, wrong time, if they've done anything bad. Because, I mean, you look at the top 10 most sold games, and most of them is Nintendo. So, yeah.
Anyway, I know you're not a Lego person, Seth, but I thought this was really cool. Did you see the Lego Game Boy that they announced?
No.
Yeah, it's just a Game Boy. It's like a buildable Game Boy, and they have cartridges that you can put in that have little... I don't know what they're technically called. They're like pieces of plastic that are see-through, but they have that green tint to them, and they have the games on them. And the two cartridges it comes with, I think, are like a Mario game and a Zelda game. And so you like put the cartridge in the top of the Lego set, and that slide pops up where the screen would be, and you see like the game. It's a cute little set, and it's pretty cheap too. It's only like $60. So
that's not too bad.
Yeah.
Unrelated Lego news, I saw a dad on TikTok with his son, and it's like he got a $100 Target gift card and went to go buy Legos with his 4-year-old son to build Legos with him to bond. And they picked out a set of Legos. They went to the register and said, you actually can't buy that. We're not allowed to do it. Went back. They had 3 different sets on the shelves that weren't supposed to be released yet. Bruh. And the dad just, like, told him to put he kept telling him, you can buy whatever you want, except that one, except that one, except that one. And at that point, the dad's like, we're just leaving. I'm sorry. You're going to put that Lego set away that's $50, and you're going to put this Wolverine claws back because I'm done with this. Because 3 different times he was denied.
Yeah. That's sucky.
I'm waiting for the
really
update August 1st. August 1st is when those Lego sets come out. I'm waiting for the update. Are we going to go back and get them? Who knows?
Target is really bad with that. They release things too early so often. Like the amount of stories I hear about, oh, this music was set out too early. Oh, this game was set out too early at Target. Dude, like, it's not that hard. There's a date you put it out, and that's the date it's supposed to release.
See,
you don't put it out before.
But it's a bunch of retail, like probably high school students that don't care, and they're just going to throw it out on the shelf. They're not rotating. They're not keeping it organized. They're just throwing it there. So, it's not that hard, but you gotta care, and they don't care.
What was the other thing I was gonna say? There was something else here too. Hold on, let me find it in my list here. I found another thing that I thought was interesting. Cyberpunk. Did you see the game was getting another update?
No.
Yeah, it's still getting massive updates. Like, what is it? 5 years after launch now? Like they're getting
Performance
big,
or like actual like content.
like content updates. Like they're getting like I forget exactly what the feature was this time around, but it's like a new gameplay feature, and they're adding quest lines, and I think we had like a clothing update a little while ago. Like they're still very much updating and taking care of this game. And that's on top of working on the second one. And did you see they announced a sequel season to Edge Runners?
Yeah, we'll see about that. I still think that anime was super overrated.
It was special. I don't think it was a fantastic anime, but I think
For
it was
anime
a cool
of the year,
story.
it was anime of the year, mind you.
Mm-hmm. It was an interesting
was not.
concept. I think the thing is it broke the pattern of a lot of animes. It was not like a lot of animes that came out, and I think that's what made it have such a heavy impact. Did it deserve it? That's up for questioning, but
Devilman Crybaby.
it was a cool concept, and it was really cool to see the cyberpunk world in a way that fit it so well. And I think I'm excited to see the next season. It's not a continuation of the same story, which is worth mentioning. It is a completely different story. But it is still centered around the whole Edge Runner concept. So
we'll definitely see how that goes.
Yup.
All right, JJ, we got
that's
3
all
minutes.
I got.
All right, that's really all I got too. Yeah, I mean, stuff's happening. We'll definitely come back with some news because I'll be gone for a week next week. But and you know, classic Nerd Rant fashion, JJ, what's the chance of like 50 things dropping and like 3 games shadow dropping?
Probably pretty high.
Probably by the time I come back, all of the old Call of Duties are gonna have like PS5, Xbox Series S and X like versions on Game Pass.
You're gonna get like Call of Duty Collection
plus
it's like the
Master
first 5
Chief.
games.
Plus Master Chief. By the way, that's the other thing. I don't know if you saw, World War II is on Game Pass now.
Mm-hmm.
Which is a super underrated Call of Duty in my opinion. It's great. And I'm really jealous of you right now because I saw this one guy, he played on PlayStation, but obviously the players on PlayStation, so he had to buy Game Pass. And it is so many people, like it's so populated, and like you can actually play different modes other than just core TDM. I'm so jealous because that's such a fun game, and I would love to be able to hop back on and play that. Don't play on PC though, because they can like hack your place. They can hack your PC, like just completely take control of it. It's crazy that like Xbox took all these games and then like released them on Game Pass, but then they don't do security updates. That's like the 3rd Call of Duty they've done that they put on Game Pass, and it just breaks. Which is unfortunate. But
yeah, they should really take a closer look at their anti-cheat software. Make sure nobody's doing the hacky.
Yeah. Maybe that'll be fixed in Black Ops 7.
That's funny.
Yeah. Don't hold your breath. I love Call of Duty. Don't hold your breath.
Yup.
Anyway, I'm Dr. Zombrain.
And I am ready for bed.
Yes. Make sure you subscribe, hit the bell to notified when we upload again. Make sure you join our Instagram and Twitter and Facebook and Discord and everything on YouTube and Spotify and iHeartRadio at Nerdrant Podcast.
And our hearts.
Well, no.
No?
I need a heart for that.
Oh, that's right. You don't have one.
Nope.
Okay, bye!
Bye!